My husband made me save every receipt to prove I wasn't wasting money, so I used his own rule to destroy him. When I married Derek, he had one condition. I'll handle our finances, he said. You're not good with money. I wasn't offended. I'd never been great at budgeting. My credit card debt from college proved it. So I handed over my paycheck and he gave me a debit card connected to our joint account. The rule started small. Just keep your receipts, he said, so we can track spending together. Every Friday, I'd sit at the kitchen table while Derek went through my receipts line by line. $17 at Target. What did you buy? Shampoo, and that's expensive shampoo. My stomach would drop every time. Then he installed an app on my phone that sent him alerts every time I used the card. Within minutes of any purchase, my phone would buzz. Why did you spend $6.47 at Starbucks? I got coffee before work. We have coffee at home. I started making coffee at home. I stopped buying lunch. I wore the same clothes until they had holes. Every receipt went into a folder Derek kept in his desk. Evidence, he called it. So you can see where your problem is. At family dinners, he'd joke about my spending. She bought a $4 greeting card last week. $4 for paper. Everyone would laugh and I'd feel my face burn. I tried harder. I started buying generic everything. I meal prepped to avoid grocery store trips. I cut my own hair in the bathroom. Derek still found problems. You spent $23 at the grocery store. That's excessive. That was for both of us for 3 days. We need to do better. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. Our joint account always seemed low. Derek said it was because of my spending, even though I was buying almost nothing. We're barely making it, he'd say, showing me the balance. $487, then $231, then $156. I started having panic attacks at the grocery store, standing in the aisle with my hands shaking, trying to decide if we could afford $2.89 bread. One Tuesday, I used the card to buy my cousin Emma a birthday present. $26. Within 3 minutes, Derek called. What is this? Emma's birthday is tomorrow, so I can't show up empty-handed. We don't have money for this. My throat tightened. I'll return it. Too late. It's already spent. He hung up. That night at dinner, he brought it up again. $26 we didn't have because you can't control yourself. I felt sick. I apologized 5 times. Then last month, I took our car to get inspected. The mechanic said we needed new brake pads. $340, he said. I called Derek panicking. We have to fix it. It's not safe. I don't $340 because you spent it all. I haven't bought anything in weeks. The receipts don't lie, but I knew they did because I'd been tracking every cent. I hung up and opened our bank app. I'd never really looked at the full statement before, just checked the balance when Derek told me to. I scrolled through the last 30 days. My eyes caught on charges I didn't recognize. $340 at Best Buy, $156 at Dick's Sporting Goods, $89 at Bass Pro Shop, $67 at Buffalo Wild Wings, another $67 2 days later, $890 at a gaming store. All Derek's purchases. I kept scrolling. In the last 3 months, I'd spent $214 total. Groceries, gas, 1 birthday present. Derek had spent $6,400. My hands were shaking so hard I nearly dropped my phone. I drove to Derek's office. His secretary said he was in a meeting. I sat in the lobby and opened his desk drawer remotely through our shared iCloud. Inside the photos was his evidence folder, my receipts organized by date. Then I found his receipts in a hidden folder, hundreds of them. Gaming equipment, bar tabs, sports memorabilia, restaurant meals with names I didn't recognize. I took screenshots of everything. At dinner that night with Derek's parents, he started his usual routine. She spent $19 at CVS this week. Medicine, I said quietly. We have medicine at home. I pulled out my phone. You spent $890 on gaming equipment last Tuesday. The table went quiet. Derek's face drained of color. That's want to see the receipt? You taught me to save them. I turned my phone to his parents. Here's Best Buy. $340 the same day he told me we couldn't afford brake pads. His mother's mouth fell open. Dick's Sporting Goods, Bass Pro Shop, Buffalo Wild Wings 4 times in 2 weeks. Derek reached for my phone. I pulled it back. In 3 months, I spent $214. You spent $6,400. His father leaned back in his chair. Derek, she's lying. Here are the bank statements. I can pull up every receipt you made me save. His mother looked at him like she'd never seen him before. You told us she was bleeding you dry. Derek stood up fast, his chair scraping. This is private. You made it public every Friday for 2 years. I stood too. I'm filing for divorce. My lawyer gets the receipt folder tomorrow. I walked out.